What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Lifting with Coach. I am Coach Carlos, aka King of Natties on Instagram. And today's lift is the barbell back squat. So we'll be going over my whole entire session. Off the bat, you can see that I'm setting up with a little towel and two hair ties so that the bar doesn't slide down my back. So I don't condone the barbell back pads, but I do condone this. As you can see, as I'm demonstrating here, I always start by doing this little stretch. I put my arms in the position that I typically lift in, and then I start swinging forward and backwards. This stretches out my chest, stretches out my wrist, and it allows me to get into my optimal position when I'm doing my lifts. I always start my lifts with a pre-warm up, my back squats, and the pre-warm up is technically just a good morning into a deep squat. The good morning, I bend about 90 degrees with my butt sticking out the way you see it. And then I go deep into the squat and I just stay down there getting a good stretch on my knees, getting a good stretch on my hips. And then I explode really fast, powerful to the top so I can get used to just driving with power. So I do 5 reps with the empty barbell and then I move on to my training session. On my training session, I use the app Everfit, which is the app that I use for all my clients. That's where I have made all the programs, and I tell you how many reps, how much rest to take, how much weight to use. It's all programmed in the app. According to the app, my first warm up starts at 205, as you can see how I'm setting up right here. And my warm up sets, I always try to do them exactly how I would do a heavy lift. I try to be as congruent as possible in how I do every single rep. So now with my warm up sets, what I like to do is I like to get a little bit deeper than normal so I can get a really good stretch, and I go a little bit slower than typical so that I can get used to the tension of going down, and I try to pop a little harder than typical because then when I go heavy, it just comes natural. Now here's a little glimpse of what the app looks like. As you can see, you have a lot of options from workouts. I typically give everybody the option to choose from 4 workouts, even though we have a main lift. I give you bonus workouts: a cardio workout, a shoulder mobility workout, and a knee and ankle mobility strength and conditioning workouts, which is to bulletproof your joints. You get all your sets, your main working sets, and everything's included. How much rest to take, alternative workouts or exercise you want to do. So if you want to front squat this day, you can front squat. But every workout includes the main lift, a circuit. Sometimes we have 2 circuits. Like today, I have 2 circuits. I have a warm up circuit, and then I have the build it up circuit. As you can see, you can look at your history so you can make better decisions as how to go about your lifts. As you can see, on April 23rd, I did 385 for 3. So maybe today I want to go 385 for 4, right? Try to hit a PR, or maybe I want to go heavier, 405 for 5, etc. But the app will tell you exactly what to do based on your history, and everything's already programmed. Strength training, power training, endurance, it's already included. You do not have to worry about any of that. I also, for like specific exercises, I have alternatives. So today I was supposed to do handstand push-ups, but because I injured my wrist, I decided to go with parallel pike presses since they're better for my wrist. But you can see the app will give you a demonstration of how to do the exercise. That way you always know what to do. And again, everything is set up from the hardest version at the top to the easiest version at the bottom, but it's all related so that you can improve and eventually do the hardest version of the exercises. I give you rest periods. I always say take more, but don't take less. If you don't do the reps, you can change them. If you do more, you can change them. You can put how long it takes you to do certain. I see it took me 36 seconds to do the assault on the bike, which is what I try to average today. The time I try to average. And then again, the app includes everything, man. It is complete. We also have options for power lifters. So if you're a power lifter, you can just do one main lift designed to get you as strong as possible. So those are the options. The app is awesome. You can try it out for 14 days for free. Machina Strength Training Online. Go to machinastrength.com, sign up. Again, risk free. Try it out. And if you're in the Palmetto Bay or Cutler Bay area, come to our gym. Try us out for one free week. Get a trial, and then you can experience the difference. Now, back to the lift. Let's go through the cues at the top. All right, the barbell back squat main cues as I go through lift. This is what is this? 295. This is 300 pounds. Let's go to cue number one. Master your setup. Keep your hands slightly outside the shoulders, feet in power position, which typically means slightly shoulder width apart. And make sure your upper body is slightly tucked in, standing in the hollow position. Do not lean back ever. Take breaks when you need them. Like I just right now, that little clip, I was taking a break. Do not take less breaks than what I give you. You can take more, not less. Now, a lot of times, powerlifters, their setup is a little bit wider, leaning forward a little bit more. Again, that's acceptable. If you're a powerlifter, I lift more of a high bar squat, kind of like a hybrid. So I tend to be a little bit more upright, especially as I front squat and I clean and jerk. I do a lot of other lifts. It's more beneficial for me to be more upright, be more high bar squatter. Again, do not lean back because you don't want to hurt your lower back, and you want to keep the bar stable. So always in a slightly tucked position, core control, hollow position. If you don't know what a hollow position is, it's kind of like a banana shape. So that way you keep your core tight. Cue number two, keep the bar locked in and stable by pulling it down and packing your armpits. When you pull down, pretend you're doing a lat pull down on lat pull down machine, and you're gonna pull it all the way down to the top of your basically your traps, and you're gonna keep pulling through, right? So it's basically you're going, your traps are gonna stop you from going any lower, but you're kind of like trying to bend the bar as you go down, all right? So that's gonna allow you to create maximum tension on that bar and keep it stuck to your body, and there's no way that bar can slip off you, and you're gonna have maximum control. All right, so do not disengage at any point, especially at the bottom. I see this a lot where people squat down, and then when they rise up, when they come back up, they let go of the bar. They open their hands, which means you are not stable and you're leaking energy. Do not do that, okay? Keep the grip, a full grip on the bar. Keep keep that again, pulling the bar down, keeping the lats tight as you're doing a lat pull down, right? Maintain that tension throughout the entire lift. Number three, descend slow and controlled, all right? That's the best way. Remember, you get stronger in the eccentric, so the slower you go, the more controlled you are, the stronger you're gonna get. And make sure that you're hitting depth. What does depth mean? Depth means that your hip crease. So if you put two fingers right at your hip, and on the front part of your body, right next to your belly button, right below the hip. If you put two fingers and you squat down, if your fingers are above your knees, you're not hitting depth. You have to go below the top of the knee, like a straight line below the top of the knee. That's when you are hitting depth, okay? And after you hit depth, you're gonna power back up forcefully with intention, with power, okay? Number four, make sure you master the art of intra-abdominal bracing. Do not wear a belt if you don't know how to intra-abdominal brace. It is not going to help you. It is absolutely useless. Figure out what it is, find out what it is, get good at it, and practice intra-abdominal bracing, okay? And you want to maintain that brace all the way to the bottom, back to the top, then you can release and reset. Number five, use spider arms whenever possible for safety. Yes, you can, drop the bar behind you, jump forward. That's a little bit more an advanced technique. It could be done, but for most people, it's not worth it. Just have the safety spider arms, and you'll be okay. Have fun. That's not one of the cues, but yes, have fun when you work out. All right, find good people that have good energy around you, and enjoy yourself. And number six, work on your mobility, specifically ankle and shoulder if you struggle with hitting depth and your hand position, right? So if you're struggling with that, work on your mobility, take some yoga. We have on our app, we have ankle mobility and shoulder mobility workouts that you can do to get better. Right now, I'm showing you the circuit part of the workout, which is 1 rep on the back squat. Then you jump into the bike for, I try 10 calories. I try to do them in about 30 to 40 seconds, and then max reps on the pike press. And you have 2 minutes to get through this. And whatever time is remaining of the 2 minutes, you just do as many of the third exercise as possible. And then you rest for 1 minute and you do it over for 5 rounds. So, yeah, that's the cardio. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Please share, like, subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions of what you want to see next, go ahead. Let me know. But again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. And I will see you on another video. Thank you. Have a good one.